passive income has become used by a bunch of 20-year-olds on the internet telling you can get rich in 30, 60, or 90 days if you follow my foolproof plan. Although, oh, by the way, I only make money by telling you about my foolproof plan, not actually doing the thing. There's two words you said there that I'm so particular on these days:
Sure.
passive income. I know you don't actually live by the mantra that so many people on the internet does, because you're an entrepreneur. You've built something, it's a profitable thing. You've been in businesses, you've been an exec at high level companies. But I think these days, those words used to not bother me and now they do. Because what
Tell
passive
me why.
income meant back then was, that your time wasn't tied to making money. And so if you own a piece of real estate and somebody lives in that, but you don't, you could make money that is unrelated to the work you are doing. Now I like to use the word horizontal income because passive income has become used by a bunch of 20-year-olds on the internet telling you can get rich in 30, 60, or 90 days if you follow my foolproof plan. Although, oh, by the way, I only make money by telling you about my foolproof plan, not actually doing the thing. Huge issue, I think. Huge issue. And you've seen them too.
Yeah, of
And,
course.
for mine, I'm always like, this is not easy, but it is simple. There is a road to follow. But nothing I talk about is like click a button and, oh, by the way, you've got an Airbnb arbitrage model and you're just off to making hundreds of thousands. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. If it
Mm.
worked, nobody would tell you about it. They would just do it all by themselves. And so I talk about horizontal income. Vertical income is like your salary, so you work at a company, you're there 8 to 5, you make money when you're there. Horizontal income means you might have a little bit of your time, like along the top, kind of like this, some time always involved, basically no matter what. But you could stack lots of them because you could have a real estate portfolio over here, you could have a stock portfolio over here, you could have a boring business that you find an operator to run, so it only takes you a few hours a week, but there will be an upfront cost. All right, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. That's my
No,
rant on passive
I
income.
I appreciate you differentiating that, and I agree with you 100%. By passive income, I basically meant, like, instead of I'm always having to think of new processes. How do I build this? How do I do this? Whereas when you buy a boring business, according to stuff that I read from you, you need SOPs. You need to make sure that everything's already in place so you can kind of take it and scale it, right? Instead of having to create everything from scratch. So I just meant it's sort of easier than having to reinvent the wheel every single time starting your own business.
Totally. Well, and my father said something that always sticks with me, which he was like, you haven't actually been an entrepreneur or run a company until you've woken up at 2 in the morning in the middle of the night and sat in your living room on your couch in the absolute darkness and wondered, how are you going to figure any of this out? And
Mm.
until you've had that moment where you just are not sure, you are living in a cloud of uncertainty, and that certain uncertainty feels catastrophic. You've probably never run something, and
Mm.
you've probably never built something. I think we can decrease that likelihood, but at some point, for almost anybody who's willing to do a hard thing, like own their life and own their outcome and own their own business, there will be a moment. And so I think you're exactly right. It's like, can we ready people for that? But tell them that it's so worth it. Just like you're
Yeah.
gonna feel sore after you do a workout, but you're gonna be glad you did it.
Yeah. I totally agree with you, Cody.